CropTalk on Market Journal is supported by Nebraska's soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Finally today, the Ogallala Aquifer, an invaluable resource for Nebraskans. It's also a valuable resource for several other states. That's why the NRCS and other private industry partners are working to expand programs like the Testing Ag Performance Solutions, also known as TAPS, and a new program called Master Irrigator across all 5 Ogallala Aquifer states. It's aimed at helping to achieve sustainability of the aquifer. Market Journal host Bryce Duskett learned all about it at this year's Husker Harvest Days.
We're visiting now with ag producer from southern Nebraska, Rourke Pullman, as we talk about the Master Irrigator series. Appreciate your time today, Rourke. What is this program?
It's an offshoot out of Texas, out of the North Plains Groundwater District, out of a need for managing at a higher level and reaching out further from an adoption standpoint, from the early adopters and innovators to, how do we reach a broader area of the aquifer, and that's led to moving north and obviously up into the #1 irrigated state in the nation.
What's this look like for the ag producer getting involved like yourself?
We have institutionally a very grounded model in Nebraska with the NRDs and NDNR, and the leadership within those, and the tried and true understanding of what we need to do and what some of the effects are, and our ability to build on that and then create the confidence and the trust factor of some of these ideas and being able to expand them, I think we're in a place where I think where we can really jumpstart it.
How long has this been around?
Well, if we go back on the Texas days, 7 or 8 years, Colorado has really embraced it on the Republican side, where they had to retire so many acres just across the border from the upper and the middle and the lower Republican, obviously in Tri-Basin. Colorado really embraced it. I think they're in year. I think I've presented at their since their inception. I think this is 5 years with Colorado, so we're obviously be able to cherry pick a little bit from all of these other states, but Kansas is actively engaging, Oklahoma, and I know Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas. There in Florida. I think there's several others that may or may not be at varying levels. So there's certainly a lot of research out there that figuring out how to get it applied. How do we actually get growers and landowners the value and be able to return that in conservation of our most precious resource in Nebraska, water.
Sounds like a very collaborative program, which reminds me of another one that you're involved in, the Testing Ag Performance Solutions TAPS program based in North Platte. You've got some involvement with that, correct?
Yeah, I helped jumpstart that. It started on a phone call on a Sunday night with Dr. Darren Rudnick. But it is, and TAPS it's a passive learning experiential piece that allows you to really dip your toe in the water, and all the data and all that experience that comes out of that. How do we turn that around and move it to the next layer of producers that may or may not ever have the time or the willingness to participate in TAPS, but could use the tools or have that access to those tools to help their farm be more profitable, but also more environmentally responsible to the water resource.
Rourke, based on what I know from you over the years, learning about what you've done, you're a very forward-facing ag producer. A lot of ag producers are doing that, but for somebody who's maybe not getting involved in some of those programs, the Master Irrigator or TAPS, what's your call to action, or what's your why behind why you're doing this?
Well, I'm of the thought that if you do nothing long enough, you get exactly what you deserve. And why wouldn't I want to invest in having a legacy of water that my grandson or my son who runs our commercial operation today, and their ability to not only be exposed to the regulatory, the bodies that are involved in the research and the delivery of those opportunities, so that they can grow and see with that. That's the piece that I see right now. That's going to be the next shift and change to move the needle. Mm-hmm. So that's That's my time. That's my investment.